Happy Information Wednesday, Chalyce McQueen here. I think we all just need a deep breath. It's been a lot going on since 2021 has started. Before every Information Wednesday, I always reflect back the night before and think about what questions or concerns have come up from my customers or what a need for conversation is. And life insurance has definitely been an ongoing topic. Those for my customers that don't have life insurance presently and also the ones that do. So that'd be important to revisit and kind of do a quick brief overview on Life Insurance 101 again, and also kind of give those of you who have active policies some insider information on what you need to look out for. And then those of you, of course, who don't presently have coverage, we need to get on that. So let's jump on it. Of course, speaking to those of you who don't have life insurance, what the heck? You need to get on that. There's no excuse not to have it. I debunked in many videos previously that life insurance is in fact not very expensive and it is a necessity, not a luxury. So it is important to make sure that you provide the coverage and protection for your family to at least lighten the burden from having burial expenses, any medical bills, and debt. Debt does not die with the creator. It is passed on to your estate and your heirs, so don't leave them with a burden. We at Farmers make it very easy. Between the application process and, of course, the medical, I can have a policy approved within 20 days for you. So there is no excuse. Time is of the essence. Tomorrow is never promised. Let's get on that. Term life insurance is by far the most inexpensive option. We have 10, 20, 30-year terms. And then, of course, there's a whole life option too, which I can explain in more detail that does have an opportunity, potentially have a death benefit, and also a separate cash accumulation account that you can use as a vehicle for retirement like I currently am. Now I want to call out my customers or my friends that have life insurance. Number one, a big misconception is if you have life insurance through work, you are taken care of. That is so incorrect. Life insurance provided through your employer is a great supplemental policy, but it should not be your sole and only life insurance policy. The reason being you do not own it. The second your employment ends or they change benefits, it is done, it is null, it is void, and therefore you have no coverage. So it's very important to have control and ownership of a life insurance policy that will grow with your needs and over time and continue to protect your family. Speaking of term life insurance, those of my clients and our friends that do have term insurance, make sure that you check in with your policy, find out how many years you have left of your term insurance. Maybe it's an opportunity to go ahead and convert it to whole life policy, or maybe it's time to get an extension and do another 10 or 20 or 30-year term, depending on where you are in life. A big challenge we have is people take out life insurance and kind of forget about it and just make the payment monthly. And before we know it, our term is coming up for renewal and it's very expensive. It's skyrocketed in price for the premium, which renews every year, and we no longer can afford it. So it's really important to take advantage of our youth and where we are as far as our medical background, why we are in a healthy state, to take advantage and make sure we have policies that fit our needs and our budget. Now regarding whole life policies, and the main reason for this conversation today is I did inherit a book of business that had probably 50 plus life insurance policies that were taken out 20 plus years ago. Unfortunately, these policies were not properly funded or even maintenanced. And so I'm getting phone calls from these customers that are receiving these, nasty gram letters saying, hey, your policy entered grace period, which means it basically is pending cancellation. And the reason being is their premiums changed over the years. They didn't keep up with the payments. They depleted their cash value that was in the account, etc. And basically the policy no longer makes sense for them. And at this stage, it probably a lot of times is too late for them to convert to a different policy because of where they are in life. Once you hit 60 years old, term policies and whole life policies definitely get more expensive. So it is important to take advantage. The benefit of having a whole life policy, as I was saying, these whole life policies, are great as long as you properly fund them and maintenance them. The benefit of having a whole life policy is you don't have to redo medical ever. You really have it for the entirety of your life. But as I mentioned, the challenges, they do typically have different premium schedules over the course, or I say the life of the policy. So it's important when you took it out to understand what that payment schedule looked like. What was the intent of your policy? How is it performing for you? Because it's quite possible if you took it out so many years ago that new products, of course, have come out since that make more sense for you or more cost effective, more budget friendly, and are going to have better performance. So I do highly encourage you all to do a review for your own sake to make sure that your policy, A, is providing the protection you intend it to and is still budget friendly. If I'm not your insurance agent, I do encourage you, as always, to use me as a resource. I am here and happy to review your current life insurance policies, make sure that they are up to date and kosher. And of course, if there's opportunity for you to provide further protection or make sure that you have continuous protection, I will let you know that. Or if you're solid, I'll let you know that as well. So remember to ask yourself, are you protected? As always, you can email me at cmcqueen@farmersagent.com or call me at 602-525-5665. Until next week, stay healthy and safe, and we'll see you then.